Interesting that you mentioned him coming out of North Carolina. Another North Carolina connection is your former coach there.
Yes,
It
sir.
seems like they might have turned the corner. At least I got some W's the last couple of weeks. Just your thoughts on like I guess the growing pains back in college for Coach Belichick.
Yeah, that's what I think he's going to go through, man. He's going to go through growing pains. Man, he's been in the NFL for so long, adjusting to coaching kids and younger athletes with a new NIL era and things like that. It might take a little while for him to adjust to the system. Obviously, he has to grow out of his ways. The old ways that he used to do things definitely is not going to work. And the cat's out of the bag. No one is going for that anymore. That has been exposed. So I think with him trying to change a little bit, be more open, you know what I mean, and things like that. But ultimately, the coach is being a hypocrite, man. He's been a hypocrite the way he's carrying on, and he told us to stay off the media and don't have family distractions and things like that. Coach got all this stuff going on. Coach, where did this come from? Why wasn't we able to enjoy ourselves like this now that you want to enjoy yourself? You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you that you have a son in the NFL who is older than his girlfriend, and for
Yeah.
a guy who wanted you guys to not get into trouble, keep your personal life away from the football field.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, yeah, man. Coach is setting the standards out here for us, man. He's setting the standards for us, man. Everybody that looked up to Coach Belichick and believed in the Belichick's way, man. This is the Belichick way, man. He's setting the standards, man. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. Ultimately, I just believe be happy in life, right? At the end of the day, you have to be happy, and whatever that looks like, just be happy, find happiness. If it's gonna be a little embarrassing and you don't mind, the other person doesn't mind, and y'all all happy together, and it's authentic, I mean, go with it. Just be happy.
So Asante, let's start with the Patriots, the first team to 9 wins. They had 8 wins combined in the previous 2 seasons. You played 5 seasons with Vrabel. You won Super Bowls with him. I take it you might not be surprised.
No, man. Definitely not, man. I spent a lot of time with Mike Vrabel, man. Mike Vrabel is an authentic guy. He understands leadership. And one thing about Mike Vrabel, he's he's not going to change for pretty much anyone. He means the best, right? And with that being said, his heart is good, and he's going like I heard everyone speaking on television. I heard the commentators talking about he pours into his players. He pours into his work, and that's the type of leader they have over there. Um, Along with that, um, I would like to say this is the best you would get from the Belichick's coaching tree, right? All of the coaches that left Belichick's coaching tree and tried to become a head coach didn't really pan out, right? I don't think most of those coaches that come up under the Belichick coaching tree are head coaches. They are coordinators. They are perfect coordinators. And with Mike Vrabel being a player that played for Bill Belichick, and no matter what you do to Mike Vrabel, he is going to be who he is. I think that makes the perfect combination, with the Belichick coordinators and a guy that who can come in and lead a team and put the pieces in the right direction.
And a perfect example of that is Josh McDaniels, who now is a coordinator again, and it seems to be clicking on all cylinders with Drake May.
Exactly, exactly. And like I said, I didn't have a lot of faith in Drake May with him coming out of North Carolina at first. Also being in the system with the coaches and things like that he was surrounded with when he was drafted to the New England Patriots. But now, quarterback whisperer of them all, Josh McDaniels, man, I got a lot of respect for Josh McDaniels as an offensive coordinator and how he developed quarterbacks, right? And Drake May is now in awesome hands, not with just Josh McDaniels, but also Mike Vrabel. He's an awesome guy. He's an awesome player, and he was like a big brother to me. You know what I mean? Me coming in to the NFL. Usually, I wasn't used to having a big brother white guy. You know what I mean? But man, he was just like us, man. And he didn't. He was a great guy, man. Just a great leader, great guy to learn from, a great guy to gain some wisdom from.
we mentioned Drake May and what he's doing. You start to hear the quarterback that you played with there comparisons, and that's not fair. It's hard to compare anyone or mention anyone in the same breath as Tom Brady. But do you see any similarities when you just watch him play? The poise, anything?
I can't really say you can see any similarities, but I will say, Patriots Nation, you got your next Tom Brady. You know what I mean? You can't. Tom Brady can't be replaced. And I can speak on that level because I've played with him and I played on different teams to see other teams operate, other quarterbacks operate. Tom Brady is one of a kind. His leadership, his will to win, his will to get things done. I think Drake May is going to be special. He's coming up the same way that Tom Brady came up. He has a well polished, well groomed Josh McDaniels at this point in his career, who made Matt Castle look great at one point in his career. So, like I said, I didn't believe in Drake May, man, and now, you know, with him being the poster child of the NFL, him being a young superstar, I think they're going to push for him to get the MVP as well.
I was going to ask you that. So you think he has a legit shot to be the MVP?
Yeah, for all the things I just named, man. Being the next young superstar coming up, everyone is hoping that he can replace the Tom Brady and become, the next Tom Brady for the New England Patriots and things like that. But yeah, just have to see as it pans out. Mike Vrabel, like I said, building a team. I see, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys are over here taking strays and things like that. But you know, seems like Jerry Jones and all these coaches get caught up in these big names. And just because you have a big name, they automatically think you can play football. And Mike Vrabel, he doesn't go for that. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't care about your name. He cares about, can you play, do your job, and do your job at a consistent basis. And if you look at the team, you see that it's not a team full of superstars that you think that you need to sign and make your team successful. No, you need a lot of role players that is going to buy into your system and do what you need to do. These superstars don't care about your system. You understand? So I think that's the other part with Mike Vrabel. He's great at identifying those players and bringing them to the team and making them submit to his demands, whether they're a superstar or not.
With that said, the Patriots, the dynasty you were part of, started when you guys were all younger players. Is this a legit team that could go on a Super Bowl run, do something special right now? I mean, they're 9-2, first team to 9 wins this year.
Yeah, and I talked about this last night, man. I think obviously I think the Patriots will be in the crunch of things when playoff time, right? Right in the thick of things, right? But ultimately, I think they need one more year to make that Super Bowl run. One more year in free agency, one more year in the draft, also one more year of Drake May getting a little bit more experience.